Hello, my name is Mary Faith Jones, and today I'm going to be discussing with you the impact of acidosis on ruminants. To begin, let's discuss what acidosis is. Rumen acidosis is a metabolic condition that affects all types of ruminants, including wild animals such as deer. This condition occurs when the pH of the rumen falls below 5.5. This causes rumen motility to halt. The change in pH also kills a portion of the gut microbiota, leaving behind only the acid-producing bacteria, which thrive in this environment. These bacteria produce more and more acid, and thus they make acidosis worse. There are two versions of rumen acidosis, acute and subacute ruminal acidosis, or SARA for short. The difference between the two is that the acute version is caused by a more severe drop in pH, and it has more severe symptoms, while the SARA version is less severe. The acute version is more commonly found in feedlots, while the SARA version is most commonly found in dairy operations. Here you can see how the VFAs, or volatile fatty acids, have an impact on the pH range, and also how the pH range has an impact on them in the subacute and acute acidosis. So let's discuss the cause of acidosis next. Acute acidosis is the most severe, and it is also the most common in beef cattle. The cause of this is an imbalance in the cattle's TMR, or total mixed ration, in which there is an overabundance of rapidly digestible carbohydrates and low fiber, or it can come from a high quality pasture. These carbohydrates are broken down into sugars, which are then fermented in the rumen. This fermentation process significantly decreases pH. When the pH decreases, the microbiota is reduced significantly, except for the lactic acid bacteria, who continue to thrive and overproduce lactic acid, which accumulates and further decreases pH. The presence of fiber helps reduce risks because it is harder to digest, so it is regurgitated more and chewed more. This chewing releases saliva, which acts as a buffer in the rumen. However, subacute acidosis is most common in dairy cattle. It is less severe, and they can share similar causes, but subacute is caused by volatile fatty acid accumulation rather than lactic acid accumulation. It, however, can also be caused by overconsumption of carbohydrates and underconsumption of fiber. It is also a recurring illness that is usually fixed by the animal's own physiological actions rather than a producer's input. Next, let's discuss the symptoms of the two. For subacute acidosis, symptoms that can be expected are depression, reduced feed intake, weight loss, unexplained diarrhea, fever, reduced production, pulse rate increase, respiratory rate increase, lethargy, liver abscesses, milk fat depression, lameness, papillae damage, ruminitis, and it can, in rare cases, cause death. In the acute version, it's difficult to find the symptoms because typically the animal is dead before the producer even notices something is wrong. But in cases where you can notice symptoms, they include depression, staggering, dehydration, reduced feed intake, weight loss, unexplained diarrhea, fever or low temperature, depression, pulse rate increase, respiratory rate increase, lethargy, papillae damage, liver abscesses, and even death. So, just how do you prevent and treat acidosis? Both types of rumen acidosis are easily avoidable, but not necessarily easy to treat. Therefore, prevention is always going to be the best remedy. In order to prevent this disorder, producers must properly balance the animal's rations by increasing fiber intake and decreasing rapidly digestible carbohydrate intake, as well as testing pasture quality. They should also reduce bunk overcrowding, as even on a well-formulated diet, they will overeat due to the threat of competition and extended periods of non-consumption. Producers can also supplement buffers like sodium bicarbonate. Addition of probiotics and prebiotics are also helpful, as they will replace what has been removed by the acid. There are limited treatments for severe cases of rumen acidosis. As I said before, often the animal is dead before the producer even notices they're sick. There's also not really any treatments for the SARA version because it's not detected at the time of decreased pH. However, probiotics can help reduce the effects of it and boost the microbiota. Relief can also be given in the form of supplemental buffers. The dehydration can be fixed with IV fluids, and if producers have an experienced enough vet and they have enough money, they could perform a ruminotomy where the contents of the rumen are removed. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope it has been educational in the impact of acidosis on ruminants. Have a good day.